UFC 211, Miocic versus Dos Santos 2. Well, in 2014, they produced an absolute classic over 5 rounds. Tonight, Stipe Miocic and Junior Dos Santos meet again. But this time, the winner exits as the UFC heavyweight champion of the world.
These guys are exerting a tremendous amount of energy. There's a big right hand.
I have been watching that fight a lot.
Oh, he got caught! Got caught with the left!
This guy is the toughest fight of my career.
Good right hand by Miocic.
Caught him!
That was close, but unfortunately the judges felt he won, so nothing I can do. A lot has changed since the last time we fought.
When Stipe Miocic defends his title against Junior Dos Santos, he will be defending his title against the last man to beat him in the octagon.
They gave me JDS and I jumped all over it. Definitely wanted to avenge that loss.
Stipe Miocic, since that Junior Dos Santos fight, has been on a tear. Stipe Miocic has incredible amount of momentum on his side.
I've gotten way better. I'm a different fighter since last time we fought. You know what's going to happen. I'm going to be champ. I'm going to walk out still champ.
But make no mistake about it, this will be a very tough fight for him.
He's saying that he's improved, but the thing is, he was fighting other people. Now, he's fighting Junior Dos Santos.
Junior Dos Santos by knockout!
When these two fighters step into the octagon in Dallas, it will be for all the marbles and the most important title in combat sport.
During the fight, I'm not gonna be there to make friends, and I will do whatever it takes to get that belt.
Being champ, you got a target on your back. I'm the champ for a reason. Everyone wants my belt, so line up.
Junior Dos Santos is going to become the champion of the world again. There is no what Miocic can do to change this, and I will.
I'm gonna walk out there, you're gonna see the best me you've seen. It's definitely gonna be different than the last fight, because I'm coming out on top, walking out and still with the belts that are wrapped around my waist. Nothing's gonna change.
Hammer fist by Stipe.
Stipe Miocic remains the heavyweight champion!
So here he is, the former UFC heavyweight champion, Brazilian Junior Dos Santos, 16th UFC appearance tonight. And Joe, given what happened in December of 2015 against Alistair Overeem, there weren't a lot of people giving him a chance to get back to this precipice, but courtesy of that win over Ben Rothwell, in which he sort of unveiled JDS 2.0, he is here trying to become a 2-time heavyweight champion.
Well, let's be honest, also, one of the reasons why is because Cain Velasquez is out of the picture right now. And Cain would likely be fighting for the title had he not been out of the picture. Junior Dos Santos is a lot like Damian Maia in a way, in that he is a real specialist. Like, Junior Dos Santos can take people down, and, when he took down Shane Carwin in their bout, he's taken down people before. He can submit people, it's possible, but what he really does is box. And he has some of the best boxing in MMA today.
Tonight's Prep Point is brought to you by Metro PCS, who brings you closer than ever to the UFC on a fast nationwide 4G LTE network.
I'm sorry, J.A., I know you got to do your business, but Junior Dos Santos, a guy that was a UFC champion, as you said, Joe, everybody's calling out boxers right now. Everybody wants to box the boxer. This is one guy that could potentially box at a high level because he does it pretty much. That's pretty much all he does when he's fighting. He will throw kicks occasionally, but he's trying to set you up with the punches. Now, in the fight against Ben Rothwell, the movement that he showed, The jab he was throwing to the body. He had Ben Rothwell so confused. It was a masterclass in boxing inside of the UFC. Junior Dos Santos walks to the octagon, and he has this terrifying face. I always say he may have the scariest walkout face in the UFC. And then you tell him a joke, and the guy starts to smile, and he just kind of lights up the entire room. But a killer in the octagon, a new dad father outside, and just an all-around good guy.
He's a great guy. I mean, you would never know if you talked to him outside the octagon that he's one of the most ruthless killers inside that cage.
I try not to make eye contact with him when he's getting ready to fight. It's very intimidating. So when he looks over here, I just kind of put my head down, you know. I'm hoping that John Anik's looking at him and he intimidates John.
No fighter in the history of this division has more knockdowns. No one has landed more significant strikes. He has taken out a who's who of former champions, and he was the busier guy in that first matchup against Miocic, and defensively stuffed 17 of 18 shots. So we'll see how Miocic approaches the rematch tonight. Junior Dos Santos, the new father, looking to come through tonight in another massive spot.
Stark contrast to Junior Dos Santos' mean face. You have Stipe Miocic's empty face. He's a walk-in-the-park killer.
He gives you nothing.
Gives you nothing.
You see nothing. This guy, he may as well be going to work at the fire department.
Yeah.
He looks the same. But this guy's an assassin, too. You got two of the most dangerous men walking the face of God's green earth going into this octagon right now. And one looks like he wants to rip your head off, and the other one looks like he's walking his dog. But when the door closes, these dudes are gonna go after it. It's gonna be amazing. I can't wait.
He has a remarkable ability to stay calm. And you saw that in his title fight against Fabricio Verdum. When they were staring at each other in Brazil, Stipe Miocic looked like he was at home watching TV. I mean, he really did.
Right.
You see nothing on his face. And it's that ability to remain calm in a firefight that allowed him to land that picture-perfect right hand and shut the lights on Fabricio Verdum and win the UFC heavyweight title. He's a dangerous man and an excellent athlete, and it's one of the reasons why he's so good. It's not just his MMA skills, his overall body awareness, his athleticism, his work ethic. It's what makes him a great champion.
Yeah, really one of the best pure athletes to ever grace this UFC heavyweight division. And I'm glad you point out the composure, because he also had to lean on that against Alistair Overeem in the first title defense. Got knocked down with a counter, had to fight off the guillotine. And you interviewed him yesterday, Joe, in DC. He sort of has this pride and responsibility to be the heavyweight champion. It's taken his whole game and confidence seemingly to a new level.
Because it means something. Because it means something to be the heavyweight champion of the world, to represent your organization, represent your city. In Cleveland, Stipe Miocic has become his own organization.
Right.
He is another professional sports team in that city, and he wears that with pride. He walks out to MGK, a song about Cleveland. He loves what he means to his city, and he takes this responsibility very seriously. Yes, you should feel some pride in being a heavyweight champion of the world.
When he won that title, he yelled out, "Cleveland, you have a world champion."
And he's a baseball guy. You know, he played third base at Cleveland State University in addition to being a nationally ranked D1 wrestler, but he's at his best during baseball season. This time of year, 5-0 in the month of May, 4-0 inside the octagon in May. Stipe Miocic trying to tie the record for heavyweight title defenses with his second here tonight against that man, Junior Dos Santos. With that, here's the tail of the tape for this heavyweight championship. Stipe Miocic, 34, Junior Dos Santos is 33. A lot of similarities, both men 6'4" tall, 246 for Stipe. 245 for Dos Santos, 3-inch reach advantage with the champion, Stipe Miocic. And now for the official introductions for the main event, here's Bruce Buffer. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Sanctioned by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. Executive Director Brian Francis. Chairman Mike Arizmendez. Our three judges scoring this contest at Octagon side are Jeff Mullen, Sal Diamato, and Troy Wickapaw. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Herb Dean. This bout is sponsored by Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Metro PCS, who brings you closer than ever to the UFC on a fast nationwide 4G LTE network. And from 20th Century Fox, director Ridley Scott returns to the Alien franchise with his most terrifying creation ever, Alien Covenant. Experience the fear in IMAX this Friday. And now, this is the moment UFC fans watching around the world have been waiting for. Live from the sold-out American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, it's time! 5 rounds for the undisputed UFC Heavyweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a boxer and jiu-jitsu fighter, holding a professional record, 18 wins, 4 losses. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 245 pounds. Fighting out of Salvador Bahia, Brazil, presenting the number 4 ranked heavyweight contender in the world, and the former UFC heavyweight champion, the challenger, Junior Cigano dos Santos. And now introducing the champion, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 16 wins, 2 losses. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 246 pounds. Fighting out of Independence, Ohio, presenting the reigning, defending, undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Miocic.
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We're going to keep it clean. Touch gloves, let's do this.
They will run it back in a matter of moments. Stipe Miocic said that fight with Dos Santos in December of 2014, far and away the toughest of his career. We'll see how it plays out tonight.
Ready. Let's do it.
Miocic in the black and gold, befitting a champion. Junior Dos Santos is in white.
The real question is who has improved more. I believe that Stipe has definitely improved since the Dos Santos fight. I think he went to the next level afterwards. But if I look at Dos Santos in the Ben Rothwell fight, he looked as good as he's ever looked.
He looked like a different man. Everything about Junior looked better in that last fight as opposed to the fight against Alistair Overeem.
He looked as fast as ever, very patient.
And a lot of that could also be attributed to his move to American Top Team. I think that's a big factor in this fight.
This is a big key for Junior, not being against the side of the octagon. He puts himself in danger there. He takes damage when he gets too close to the fence.
Nice leg kick by Junior.
That's 2, very low. Same kick that Miocic is throwing. That's that same low kick Miocic is throwing.
Stipe's throwing some hammers here.
Yep. A couple right hands have landed early for the champion, who now presses forward.
But I mean, after only 2 kicks, you can see Stipe already kind of walking gingerly on that leg.
Yeah, there's a little limping going on. Yep, he's having a hard time with that left hand. It's
already
giving out on him.
Yep. And now look at how square he is. You got to be careful there.
Look how much it's swelling up.
Already. 2 kicks.
So that's Junior learning to mix things in. I mean, for the longest time, he rarely threw kicks.
Oh, Miocic found a home for that left hand. Dos Santos circles out.
The issue with that kick, as effective as it is, one gets checked, you have the Anderson Silva situation.
Yep, there's another one.
Looks like a shin guard, though, the swelling on the front of that left calf.
Oh, he tagged him. He tagged him twice.
Stipe's doing a good job of just getting after him now, knowing that he's taking that damage to the leg.
And exactly what you were saying about Junior putting his back to the cage.
Yep. He takes damage when he does that. I don't understand why he still does that.
Oh!
It's over.
Down goes Dos Santos!
That's it. Fight's over.
Stipe looking at Herb Dean to stop it, and he will! Stipe Miocic retains his UFC heavyweight title! No judges needed this time around! The path to the UFC heavyweight title still goes through Cleveland, Ohio!
Wow. And you see him limping on that leg, man. That thing is jacked.
Joe, he knew that taking those kicks, he didn't have much time. He had to go after it, and he did it. He set traps and he knocked him out. He said, I'm better than the first time, and he showed it in one round.
He really did prove it.
Well, we said JDS had a chance to cement his legacy as one of the greatest heavyweights of all time. Stipe slowly but surely creeping into that conversation. He has tied the record for successful heavyweight title defenses as he limps back to his corner.
His shin is a mess. I mean, it almost looks like it's broken.
Let's get to the fight replay, brought to you by Budweiser. This Bud's for you.
Boom, that right hand. And again, exactly what DC was saying. Junior kept putting his back up to the cage, and Stipe was just catching him as he was moving away. He was very vulnerable every time he did that.
Every time you saw Stipe just let his hands go because he knew Junior would be there to be hit. And Miocic, I like the urgency because he recognized that those kicks were taking a toll on him. He was barely able to stand, so he said, you know what, I'm going to get him out of here. I'm not taking a chance at not being able to stand a little later in the fight. I'll get it done right now.
Stipe Miocic exacts his revenge. How about the reaction from the Strong Style Fight Team, Marcus Marinelli and the rest? What a moment for the Ohio native, the Croatian-American Stipe Miocic. There may not be a more confident fighter on the planet at present. The official decision is brought to you by Metro PCS, who brings you closer than ever to the UFC on a fast nationwide 4G LTE network. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Herb Dean has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 22 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by TKO and still the undisputed UFC heavyweight champion of the world, Stipe Miocic.
Mom, I love you. Happy Mother's Day. You're the best mother ever.
I'm here with the winner and still champion, Stipe Miocic. First of all, Stipe, tell us about your shin. You got caught.
That was terrible. It hurt. Finally, the one time I checked it, and I hurt his foot the one time, but it was a good game plan right away. But if I started checking, it felt better.
It seemed like it was hampering your movement early in the fight.